Hey, I'm Lisa Faye, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Vlogmas, specifically why I failed at doing Vlogmas this past year, and why I don't really consider it to be a failure, why I actually consider it to be a success. Before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I have big plans for this year. Very excited, a lot of things going on. I technically failed at Vlogmas because I didn't make it all the way to Christmas. I only made it through day 16, not the 25 I was planning on. The first year I did Vlogmas, I did not have a plan going into it. I just had like one random advent calendar, just kind of like, okay, well, I'll just see what happens. I'll shoot a video every day. It wasn't exciting. There wasn't anything going on. Not to say that this year's Vlogmas was exciting, but I just didn't plan it out the first year. Going into this year's Vlogmas, I actually started preparing back in like October, I think, maybe even the end of September. I started like spreadsheeting out all of my ideas. I started planning this backdrop that I put together, which is just phenomenal. I really love how this turned out. Please see my related video where I show this a little bit more right before taking it down. This year I really did plan a lot. I had to purchase all the advent calendars, some of them before they sold out. I spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, got all my outfits together and everything. And by the way, shout out to some of my biggest fans of Vlogmas, my cousins, the Iowa Cats. They sent me this awesome t-shirt for Vlogmas, so I decided to wear it today. So thanks guys for your support. I really appreciate it. I had to figure out the decor, the calendars. I even bought a new camera and a new tripod. That was more just like a long-term investment, but I decided to like pull the trigger on it right before Vlogmas. I only made it to day 16. I am disappointed that I didn't make it further. I did end up shooting all of the footage for like the remaining days. So I actually have like 8 days of footage after that where I just never edited and uploaded it because I just got so behind on the editing and uploading. And I'll get more into that in a moment. It was my intention to do a video a day, December 1st through December 25th, shoot it, edit it, upload it, and have 25 videos up on YouTube by the end of Vlogmas. I only got to day 16. Some people might say like that's a failure. You didn't make it all the way to the end of the project, especially when you said you were gonna do it. Despite my preparations, I had a lot of things working against me in the month of December that contributed quite a bit to why I did not actually successfully complete all 25 days. The number one thing would be that I work full-time and I also have other part-time things that I do. That takes up a large chunk of my day. I'm really convinced that the majority of creators here on YouTube who do Vlogmas and who are able to have like a successful Vlogmas of doing all of the days are full-time content creators or maybe don't work full-time besides that. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it was just really a brutal schedule to maintain for December. As part of my preparations for Vlogmas this year, I was going back and looking at a lot of other content that other creators had posted from Vlogmas the prior year, and also talking about how they were preparing. One video creator who I really enjoy, she actually said that she does all of her shooting of her content before like 4:30 p.m. every day and like spends the early evening editing and uploading. And I was like, okay, I'm still at work, but like I'm not even home yet. I'm still at work by the time she's done creating all of her content for the day, like shooting it all. The other thing is with working full-time Monday through Friday, I generally speaking like didn't have the energy to go out and like do something exciting and Christmas themed in the evenings after work. Like I just didn't have that like ability to do that. And so I feel like my content Monday through Friday was just kind of not lackluster, because I mean I had my advent calendars to open and I had like a few other little things going on here and there. It wasn't like I could be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ice skating or I'm gonna go to like this Christmas party. Those options didn't really exist for me in that capacity. The second thing I had working against me was technical issues. I said before that I bought a new camera. I love this camera. It does take micro USB cards. I bought 2 micro USB cards. It turns out that one of those micro USB cards was defective and I wasn't actually able to get the computer to recognize the data on the chip. I didn't find that out though until after I had already recorded on it, and I had like 3 days that I had recorded footage on there, and I had to go back and like edit and get those videos up, and then the computer wouldn't recognize it. It took me hours to figure that out. I also had problems with my computer, and I wasn't anticipating having that issue. I had issues with memory and storage. I had a problem with my external hard drive. It was pretty bad. There were nights when I stayed up until 2 or 3 in the morning trying to troubleshoot things, trying to get that video out, trying to even load the footage. That was just kind of a really low blow morale-wise for me, because I had worked so hard to get to that point, and then I had shot the content, and then I just got hit with this wall of different technical issues. The third thing I had working against me was that I was gone every weekend of the month. I was gone for five weekends in a row, 4 or 5 weekends in a row. If you watched the series, you saw that I was hauling all my advent calendars with me wherever I was going. And that was kind of a unique problem to this situation, because my parents were gone and I was watching a cat on the weekends. That was just what I had to do. You know, I had like the 2-hour drive that I had to make after work, and then I'd get there and I'd be exhausted, and I'd have to like unload my car and feed the cat, and like it was, and then shoot content. So those were the different things that were working against me. Something I feel like people don't really understand is exactly how much work and time and energy goes into producing these videos. It was hours of work every day. You have to get camera ready, you know, makeup and all of that. Get all of the supplies you need for the video. Make sure you've remembered the corkscrew. Set up your lighting, charge the camera. Then you have to shoot the actual video. I'd have to load all that footage, edit it down into a 10-minute video. Then you have to write the little description and the title. You have to make the thumbnail, upload it. I mean, it's a whole process. Probably on average, I was spending around 4 to 5 hours every night working on Vlogmas. The whole month of December, I was going to sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning, waking up at 6 to 7 a.m. and then just working, like constant work until I'd go to sleep at 2 or 3 a.m. again. So it was really just a month of like working nonstop, being super busy, having to like go on the weekends and not even be at my apartment. You're packing, you're unpacking, doing all of this, and then not getting more than maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night. I know that a lot of other people in this world do that. I know that there's a lot of people who don't get much sleep each night, but I'm just saying for me, it was like, it really, really took a toll on me, and it was not good for me. This was not a healthy pace for me to be sustaining for that length of time. Of course, there's a lot of other things that I'm not mentioning that I can't really get into in this video for various reasons. But, you know, I mean, I understand that there are other people who maintain this type of a schedule. I'm just saying for me, it was really difficult and not something that worked for me personally. And I was just exhausted. And actually day 15 of Vlogmas featured my emotional breakdown that I had. In that day's vlog, I told about how the night before I was so physically exhausted, I was getting out of the shower and my legs buckled from underneath me and I fell to the ground. And I mean, like, this was not something that was good for me in that way, to be working that much and have that much stress and that type of a schedule. I had all these issues, all of these other things going on, and I'm trying to get this content out. And some of my videos did perform well, but there were quite a few that didn't even break 100 views. So I would be going through all of this effort. I'm like not sleeping. I'm just working all the time. I'm just tired and burned out. And I wasn't even seeing the video counts, like the results that I was maybe hoping for. It's not like I expected any of these videos to go viral or to perform super well, but it would have been nice to have seen more than like 50 views. To be putting in all of that work, you just kind of feel deflated. And I got to a point where I was like 5 days, 6 days behind on uploading content. And I was just thinking, you know, I could I could just totally work as hard as I can to get this content out there, to edit all of the footage that I have that's on my memory card. And I could really work so hard at getting that content out there and getting caught up. Or I can just take a step back and not make myself sick. So I kind of had to come to that realization at some point that it just wasn't working. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. Vlogmas was technically a failure because I didn't make it to day 25. I didn't make it all the way to Christmas. But to me, it was successful because, you know, I was more prepared than I was the year prior. I proved to myself that, you know, I can do things like create a great backdrop. I can successfully shoot a lot of these videos, create more engaging content than the prior year. I made it 3 days longer into Vlogmas than the prior year. I started this channel 2.5 years ago, and I've been trying to make partner here on YouTube, and I'm really close. I'm painfully close, actually. I may not have seen like the numbers on my Vlogmas videos, but I think it really gave my other videos and my channel overall a boost. And so that was gratifying to see kind of after the fact. Because at the time I was so focused just looking at the video counts, and then like once Christmas hit and everything, I was kind of going over all of my stats from December, and I was like, wow, I really did see an increase in subscribers and watch hours and everything, views on my other videos over the course of the month. So I really do feel that Vlogmas gave me a boost just overall channel wise. I'm of course very happy about all of the ways that I do feel like I succeeded for Vlogmas. That leads us to the big question, will I do Vlogmas again this December? And the answer is yes, but I need to do it in a way that's going to be a little bit different, that's going to be sustainable and achievable for me personally. I don't know what that looks like yet. It might involve outsourcing some of the editing. I don't know. I have to figure that out. It might also mean just doing different formats of videos. If you have any suggestions for how I can make it a little bit easier, then please let me know in the comments. I appreciate any suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who have watched this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out my other videos. I have some really cool like mural artsy ones that are up, and I have some other exciting ones that are going to be up on the channel very soon. I'm trying to get caught up on all of my content. I have a lot of videos that are in various stages of being edited. Yeah, like I said before, it's really difficult, like working full time and also, you know, having this and trying to churn out interesting content. But, you know, we're doing the best we can. And sometimes it's enough. Sometimes it's not. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.